What is your go-to fact that blows people's minds? You know when you get up too fast and feel dizzy? Squeezing, stiffening your buttocks together stops the dizziness. 80% of Soviet men born in 1923 died during WWII. We landed on the moon before someone thought to add wheels to suitcases. Moon landing 1969. Wheeled luggage invented 1970. George Washington died in 1799. Dinosaurs were discovered in 1824. George Washington didn't know dinosaurs existed. All the Botox in the world, literally every gram, is produced in a factory in Westport, County Mayo, Ireland. Greenland sharks can become up to 400 years old and don't reach sexual maturity until they're 150. Back in the days of dinosaurs, there was no grass. There is some overlap, but there was a time when dinosaurs walked the Earth and there was no grass. The Earth is traveling through space at 2.1 million km/h, 1.3 million miles per hour, relative to the cosmic background radiation. Which means by the time you finished reading this, you've traveled roughly 8,700 kilometers, 5,420 miles, through space. The gene for 6 fingers is dominant, 5 fingers recessive. When airline pilots are trained to fly a new type of jet, the first time they fly it is with paying passengers on board. All the training and testing is done in a simulator. Of course, they have a lot of flight time in other airplanes, and there is a specially qualified training captain in command. However, my first jet takeoff was LAX Den with 68 unsuspecting passengers. Modern-day Italian was standardized based off of the unique dialect of Dante's Inferno. Dante Alighieri legit made up his own special dialect of Italian for Inferno. And then a little while later there was a meeting where everyone was trying to decide what regional dialect would be the standard spoken Italian. They were like, nah, fuck all these existing dialects. We're using his. I just learned this. There are more castles in Germany than McDonald's in the US. A graveyard is connected to a church while a cemetery is not. There are more trees on planet Earth, approximately 3 trillion, than there are stars in our galaxy. Approximately 800 billion. Note it says our galaxy. The Milky Way, not the entire universe. Still, I find the sheer number of trees on our planet impressive. Neptune was originally discovered as apparently inexplicable changes in the orbital path of Uranus. Because a man named Leverrier, observing these alterations, decided that there must be an orderly reason for it. He calculated where another planet would have to be to cause Uranus to act like that, and still keep the laws of gravitation discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. He then sent his calculations to Royal Observatory in Berlin, and the prediction was within 1 degree of its actual position. Ancient Egypt and mammoths existed at the same time. OMG, usage can be traced back to 1917. Tamales are one of the oldest dishes on Earth still commonly eaten today. Whales are closer to artiodactyls, even-toed hoofed animals, than they are to seals or manatees. Whales are essentially just wet deer with extra steps. There was one homicide recorded in New York City on September 11, 2001. The official crime stats don't include the terrorist attacks because that would tremendously skew the results. Giraffes have the same number of neck bones as humans. A tablespoon of oil can calm about half an acre of water. It spreads out to form a layer 1 molecule thick on top of the water. That's why oil spills are so harmful and destructive. The largest oil spill, BP, was about 61,488,636,185 tablespoons, or about 68,000 miles of damage. You could fit the global population on the surface of Lake Superior, and each person would have 100 square feet or so. Also, the Great Lakes, in their current formation, are not even as old as the oldest cities in Earth. I only have Great Lakes facts. Oh. Also, the North American Great Lakes account for 20% of all surface freshwater on Earth, while the African Great Lakes account for 25%. So between those two systems you have almost half of all freshwater on Earth. In a group of 23 random people, the probability of two of them sharing a birthday is over 50%. Moose are naturally attacked by orcas. There was a guy who went to his convenience store and bought 2 lottery tickets. Most people in that situation would play different numbers on each ticket to double their minuscule chances of winning. Not this guy. He played the same numbers on both tickets. It turned out he actually had the winning numbers. And he owned 2 of the 3 winning tickets for that drawing, which entitled him to take home 2/3 of the jackpot instead of just half.